Hey guys, Ron and Nate, FunctionBuilt-Aquatics, and today was water change day. Thursday's water change day. So I was able to get the water changes done on all the big tanks, trim up some of the plants and the roots, and today I'm filming the Chinese mountain stream Paludarium. This tank contains 35 white cloud minnows and 2 Schistosura red-tailed loaches, a Schistosura species. And let's get a little close and personal with this tank and the setup. This tank's been videoed plenty of times, but looking really proper right now after a water change. So let's get into it. A lot of the plants that you see in this system had been bought in different retail stores. Some of the mosses have also been bought, and some have actually been collected on hikes that Nate and I go on during the summer, spring, and fall. This tank is a fairly simple system. The lighting itself consists of 2 6500 Kelvin 100 watt CFL bulbs that are staggered. So right now there's only one bulb on up top, and on the trim here I use an LED strip, the Marineland hidden LED strip, just to give me some accent lighting. So when the 2 CFLs are off, the LED strip is the last to go off. So I stagger the lights, and then we reverse stagger the lights. In the morning the LED strip comes on first, and then the 2 CFLs individually come on at different times. So we're not exactly blasting this tank with all high intensity light right away. Now, as I mentioned before, there's 35 white cloud mountain minnows in this system, and half of them have actually been born in this tank, where we took them out of the tank as fry, reared them up in separate 2.5 gallon tanks, and eventually we were able to replace them in the tank, where they have now grown and have started reproducing also. White cloud mountain minnows definitely prey on their own fry. So when the eggs are laid, they pick on the eggs. I've seen them do it, and they do hunt the fry. So they are self-population control for this system, and the loaches that are in this tank, which are hiding right now, take care of the rest. This system is filtered by 2 Eheim Aquaball 2210s. There's one right there, and then there's a second one right underneath that piece of driftwood hidden. So both of the Eheim Aquaballs give me the water flow I need for this tank. The white cloud mountain minnows love flow, and so do the loaches. The temperature in this tank is kept anywhere from 68 to 72 degrees Fahrenheit. Currently we're running about 72.5 degrees Fahrenheit at its highest point. This is the tank that Nate and I have filmed before, where we had the orchids that we put in this tank that we got from IKEA. So these are the original orchids, the pink and white ones, and they're really cool purple ones. Still doing well and look like they're about to produce flowers again eventually in time. The roots are starting to grow out of the pot right here and starting to extend, and they're looking for water. So what I'll try to do is maybe just have them touch some of the water down there where they're not completely submerged, but they can catch a drink when they need to. The large elephant ear plant here has really taken off and has grown pretty wide I should say, and pretty large petals. The ficus plant has also done the same. This ficus is one of our original cuttings from a house plant we have upstairs. The thing has probably tripled in size since it's been in this tank. You can see right down in this section right here, that's basically some of the root ball to the ficus, and what I do is I kind of push the roots backward behind the driftwood formation, so they're kind of hidden. The roots are underwater, and they suck out the nutrients out of this system. So this is a fairly simple tank, and this is one of the first paludariums Nathan and I set up. This tank had a expandable foam formation. In time, some of the expandable foam formation lifted, so I was able to basically trim the pieces that became detached, and then we were able to do a little bit more landscaping and get it to basically still maintain its form. All the roots for all the terrestrial plants have grown through this expandable foam, so as it is right now, it's kind of stationary, so I don't have to worry about the rest of it coming up. But this formation here is actually floating on the surface of the water. It's not attached down below. And what I did was put a piece of driftwood underneath of it just to block the front entrance. But it's floating. It's like a floating island. So the mountain minnows and the loaches, as I've said before, seem to be doing extremely well, extremely prolific. The coloration has changed quite a few different times depending on the water temperature. They definitely like temperatures below 73 degrees, at least in this system. I've noticed that when I keep them above 73, they tend not to be as bright and as vibrant. The plants are fairly easy to maintain. Believe it or not, our low light species, with the type of lighting we have, not a lot of the lighting gets down to the bottom of the tank. Not a lot of the lighting penetrates the sand. So I keep Java ferns, Anubias, hairgrass, stuff that doesn't really require super intense light. I know the hairgrass would like more light, but it seems to be growing sporadically through this system, and I don't have any intent in having it cover all the sand. I just wanted to give some appearance of growth. So this tank is all done. The water change is done. I'm going to move on to the next systems that we have. Probably videotape one of the other tanks tomorrow. We have really behind in our maintenance. It's been a really busy couple weeks. So if you haven't already subscribed, please do so. This is the Chinese Mountain Stream. And Ron and Nate from FunctionBuilt-Aquatics. Have a good evening. Thanks, bye.